Welcome to Ecclesia Principles, a biblical strategy for believers to engage in God's design for government with Ray Eppard.
Good to be with you again today. We're looking at the Great Commission, particularly Matthew 28, 19, and 20. It's really been our focus. Now, we today have a twofold commission or a twofold mandate. The original mandate was given to us in Genesis 2:15. Tend and keep the garden. Cultivate and protect what God has given you. But then, in the New Testament, because of the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, we have a redemptive mandate. Mark 16, go into all the world, preach the gospel. Those who believe and are baptized shall be saved. Those who believe not will be condemned. We have a redemptive mandate. But when Jesus gave us the Great Commission, he updated the original mandate and made it a part of our commission. Matthew 28, 19, and 20 says, go therefore and make disciples of all nations. I always read that, make disciples of those who believe. That's not what he said. He said, make disciples of the nations. We think of making disciples one person at a time. Jesus said, make disciples of nations at a time. Think about that for a little bit. Baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, those that believe, baptize them, and teach them to observe all things that I have commanded you, and lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. Here's the thing that I want to quote one of the founding fathers. And he said this. He said, most people talk about God, family, country. He said, but I believe it should be God, country, family. Because, he said, if you do not put your country above your family, your country will come for your family. And we're seeing that today. We're seeing today where there are those, I just call them social engineers, that are coming for the children of this nation. They're coming for our families to move them away from our values. And they've been doing it for a while, and there's a large section that has already been moved away from the basic values that America was built on. They have been successful in their social engineering. You see, when the church stopped preaching about government, when the church stopped saying that we need to be engaged and said, no, we need to back out, separation of church and state. And I do believe in separation of church and state as long as you define it by the First Amendment. But at that point, no, we need to stay out of that. No, we don't need to talk about that. That was a dramatic historical change in the approach of the church. And as a result of that, going back to Genesis 2:15, we stopped cultivating a godly culture. And we stopped protecting our kids. You see, if we do Matthew 28 and we teach the nations to observe what Jesus said, we will be cultivating a wholesome, good culture within our nation. And we will be protecting our children and our families. Matthew 28, 19, and 20 is the New Testament version of the original mandate. Cultivate and protect. But the church has dropped the ball on that one. God bless you. Have a great day.
Ecclesia Principles with Ray Eppard. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook on our Ray Eppard pages. This program was brought to you by Victory Worship Center and World Outreach. Services Sunday 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 200 Hammond Lane, Stanton, Virginia.